haven't heard the word cunt in a lot of top 40
I agree.
songs.
No.
And we should change
never.
that.
No.
We should make a hit.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, would you rather be called a cock or a cunt, and why?
A cock or a cunt? A cock.
So we have 3 males and 4 females.
Yeah.
What do we think here?
I think most men say, you're a cock. You go, thanks.
I don't know. It doesn't
I
make
guess
sense.
we don't care
But
as
the
much.
word
like,
is
it's
so-
No, it's
even a funny
I
word.
think
Why? It's the
men with their relationship with their penis,
Yeah.
it's sort of a blunt instrument. They're not,
So
I think that's one of the most offensive things about the word cunt. It completely is trying to just smash down something that is life-giving and very complicated to the level of a dick. Men will say it's my dick, right?
Yeah.
It's like a club, right? Yeah. But it's true. It's a very different thing, and trying
But
to
we
knock
make
it down.
thing. We make it a different
Yeah,
thing.
but guys are
a
okay
woman
with that.
could use that word to their benefit the way we do. Yes.
I say-
and
I
he
think
wants
that's-
it like that.
and I
You're
think that's
making
what
it that she can't use it.
No. I'm saying women. It's probably like the N-word. I think women have a right to use it, but I think as soon as a man uses it,
I am so okay if a guy uses it.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
no, I disagree
God.
completely with
Because
that.
we
Because
put too much.
it's-
We put too much
There's-
baggage on it.
There is baggage.
So
though.
take the baggage
I
off.
agree.
You're
I
deciding
agree.
to.
But here's the thing.
We've
Well, by
taken
that-
all of our baggage and thrown it out with every word, and you guys can adopt all those words, but we can't adopt any of your words.
Do
is what
it,
you're saying.
guys.
But what is
Just
another
do it.
one?
Well, yeah.
There
What do
is
we
no
adopt?
other word.
Cock, dick,
We don't
penis.
adopt that.
Like,
How many women
if
use
we
that
even
on a
say
regular
vagina,
basis?
vagina is like a bad thing. Like, oh my god,
No,
you said
no, that's-
vagina.
I have no problem
But
saying
at least
vagina.
that-
Now
there's-
you don't.
there's some poetry to the word vagina.
Yeah.
Like cunt is, like I said, it's meant to be.
awesome.
It's meant to
It's
be like
a
a
great
slap.
word.
Okay.
That word was.
Help me to understand.
Okay.
If you have little children, we all,
I will never
wait,
teach my little
Why?
children.
Why?
Am I going to teach my little children to say fuck off and motherfucker?
Okay.
No.
Okay,
It's
but-
a grown-up word.
So you're saying it's a grown-up word, and I'm suggesting so we teach our children proper terminology for our genitalia.
Yes.
Right? That's okay. Everybody's okay
I
with that.
taught my children vulva and
Yeah.
penis.
Yeah. All that.
Yes.
No problem. Okay.
And
so
when they grow up, like these guys, they can say cunt if they choose to.
however, does it really depict the woman's female parts?
We're not
or-
using it that way. If I'm going to talk about my genitalia, I'm going to talk about my vulva.
So what does it
or
mean?
my
What does it mean
clitoris,
for
or-
you then?
It means you're fucking nasty.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
agree.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So you're equating a woman being nasty with her female
It's just-
organs that help to
no,
reproduce
no,
life.
the
That's
two
what
have
it is for a
nothing
guy
to
with a
do
dick.
with
You're
each
nasty
other.
if you're a
Alright.
dick.
No, I
And
don't-
that's
I
that's
don't
my
buy it.
that's my part.
The
I don't
two
buy
have
it.
nothing
Like,
to do with
you
each
just
other.
want to be
It's
so
a
sensitive.
tag.
Wait,
I
I
don't
got it,
understand.
guys.
Okay,
Listen to
okay.
this.
Okay.
When I say you're a motherfucker, do I mean that you're copulating with your mother? No!
It's not the
Yeah.
physical
No!
word.
Yeah.
No,
No, you're
motherfucker has
doing
no
it- it's the
association to
connotation.
any
You're putting-
female
you're
or
We're
putting
doing
male.
your
a
own
literal
Yeah,
translation.
you're taking-
Cunt is not. We're not talking. It's no
I
longer
don't
a
know.
literal. It's the word the way it rolls off the tongue. It's when you need to say something.
not a
So
Well,
song.
that's.
nasty.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
an
think
established
Yeah.
I think from a sonic point of view, the word cunt is meant to be a blunt instrument like that. But I don't think it was like. I think that's good if women feel they can use it. But I think it was a man that came up with that
I don't know.
Yeah.
term. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Sure.
I
Whatever.
think it's. I'm not that I'm up on the etymology of the term, but
That would be good.
Anglo-Saxon or German, I think it was. But it's meant to be. Blah.
So,
I
You
love
know?
It's like
that.
just
I
stop
love
you in your
that.
tracks.
wait a minute.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
female,
think
it's
the
fine. I
origin
love
of
it.
that was meant as a compliment.
I
It's
agree.
meant to diminish.
women.
And
Women.
Let me ask you
know?
this: how many men dislike vaginas or vulvas? Not too many, unless you're gay. But
Reducing a woman to her parts is the issue.
you're
here.
not though.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say motherfucker, I don't mean you're fucking your mother. I
But
mean
motherfucker
It's just
has
how the
no
words-
gender association.
It's just
It
how the words
doesn't
are known in
matter.
society.
You
Okay,
guys,
wait.
You're a fucking
When I say
Yeah.
someone's a
I
motherfucker,
don't-
I
yeah.
want them to picture me picturing them fucking their mother. And then they get pissed off.
Okay.
nobody does that unless
I
you
wanna
say
say
that though.
something.
Would you rather be? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was actually this morning. I was watching a show. It's called Friends from College.
I know
and,
that show. I watch it too.
And the mother got a
It's a
call, and the mother got a call because her kid called someone else in the playground a cunt.
Yeah.
And she had to fly all the way back to Michigan because her kid called someone a cunt. And it was just because that the kid said the word cunt, and it was so bad that she had to go and meet the principal, whatever. That wouldn't happen if it was
She had
like
to fly
fuck.
all the way
If
from
the
fucking
kid
Michigan.
said fuck you to another kid.
Because there's more power in that
Because
word.
exactly.
I agree. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. There is more power in society. Whether you choose to own it or not,
But
there
what some people are
is.
saying is there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
What would you rather be called as females, a cunt or a cock? You three here. What would
Cock
you-
is too funny.
I
just have.
I would bust a
It just
gut.
doesn't.
If you call me a cock.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
I'd
I
be like,
understand
alright,
the question
asshole.
because
Cool. It
they
doesn't offend
sound
me or
similar, like just phonetically, like
do
hearing
women
it.
actually do that? Do you
There's
call
something called
I,
a
okay,
cock.
none of my
I
female
would
friends
never
No,
call someone a
me that.
cock, but I'd
No.
say he's acting like a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
And-
cock would be the right.
Well, why
like,
can
I
you
wouldn't
guys
call
say
someone
that?
a cock.
But
Why
I'd
can you
rather
say he's
someone
acting like
call
a
me-
dick? Why is that okay for you then? And I
Dick
can't
is
say
pretty
cunt.
mild.
Dick is
very
mild.
Dick is pretty
Like,
mild.
I would never
I-
say
you,
zero.
Oh, yeah.
you
I'd say
make
you're a dick.
you
You're
make
not
good
a
arguments
dick.
about the N word
I would usually say
having
it about
this
a guy.
huge history behind it. Well, there's history behind this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men have run the world, and they've diminished women, and they kept women under their thumb. And I think the word cunt is still offensive because of the connotation. It's the same way the N word is offensive.
Yeah.
I can't
agree.
even bring myself to say
What
the
if
N word.
you
No.
compared
No.
cunt to bitch? Because I feel like bitch
Oh.
is also more in the female.
I disagree. I think if I call somebody a dick or a bitch, those are on the same level.
Yeah, those are
They're
pretty
kinda like,
mild.
they're like sister and brother.
Hey guys, do you
But for
remember?
boys and girls, because I would say if Irene's pissing me off, I'd be like, you're a bitch. But if Max pissing me off,
You're
I'd
a
be
dick.
like, you're
You're
a
acting
dick.
like a
Yeah,
dick.
that-
Yeah.
those two are in the same
Guys,
family.
do you remember when we used to hate being called a bitch? Like it was a really bad thing. Now it's kind of
And now it's okay.
It's
Now
almost
it's like,
complimentary.
you know what?
Yeah, what
Aren't
up,
you
bitch?
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we could do that.
Look,
with
okay,
cunts.
my
Yes,
mother,
bitch,
my
you know what they
mother
say.
has
Yes,
never called me a
cunt.
bitch, nor would she be comfortable me calling her a bitch. So I think it's contextual based on our generational
Right.
like,
It's just,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
how the
yeah.
word
Like, it's
flows
not
in
changes,
society.
changes.
But
Nobody
are there
calls-
no,
nobody
are there
goes
no
to work and
taboo
calls their
words?
boss a
though?
bitch.
No,
To
no,
their
you
face.
I mean,
They don't call them a
Define the word cunt, or what does the word cunt mean to you?
Really, really, when I think about it, I love the way words roll off my tongue. I love words. When I was naming my kids, I wanted them to have names with the letter K in it because I like the K sound, right? So cunt to me, I couldn't even sound
No.
that.
great name.
With a K,
But I love
it's fine.
the
hard
Cunt.
C, the
Different,
hard
it's
C and the
different,
hard
it's
T. For me, it's almost. What does it mean to me? It's a harsh word, and I reserve it for
Certain situations.
Oh,
like
yeah.
certain
That's like a
minutes.
secret weapon.
That is
agree.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and my best friend, who actually swears a lot less than I do, she's the one who started using it more and more, and she's pretty proper. Like she doesn't swear the way I do, because she's not Italian. But so when
Hey.
when she says it, it's like it's just magic.
Yeah.
Because when she says it, the just you could feel the drippiness of
Okay, seriously,
you know?
the visual on that.
Yeah.
she says, "No, she's a fucking cunt," and the T gets slid longer. So for me, it's just the also almost like the musicality of the word, but I reserve it for you're a fucking cunt. That's no good.
Yeah, you don't just toss that around.
Yeah.
That's-
No, it's
I actually kind of
and
do.
You hear that in the
Not
room?
yet. Not yet.
I don't actually know
Not
in
yet.
terms of a proper definition. I'm sure if we were to look it up, it might have something different in terms of its actual literal definition to maybe what we define in our own
Yeah.
vernacular and what it might be. But I definitely, I don't like the word. It means an attack, like an assault. It's a word that assaults. That's what I would say for me.
It's a word that hurts.
Yeah, you're
If
trying to
someone
be you're
calls
trying to be
that-
abrasive and
Yeah.
offensive.
Yeah.
That's the point of
You're
it.
trying to be offensive when using
Yeah.
that word. I agree.
It's
Me
the,
too.
the nuclear option of words for
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's
You
it.
better be
think.
prepared for
And
somebody to say it
I
back.
understand what you're saying because I think part of what's offensive about it is the
sound.
onomatopoeia, the way
Yeah.
Yeah,
it,
just
the
like
way
how
it
it,
is.
yeah, how it
And
sounds.
it you could say it's like it makes it extra offensive, but like when you look at it from a political meaning, if it's coming from a man, it's diminishing something that shouldn't be diminished that way. If you're going for like a literal meaning
Definitely.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the word, right? So I don't know. I think you're saying we should use it more. I think there are certain words we have as a society that we shouldn't overuse because then it waters down the power of these words. And when you think about it, yeah, words are always evolving and always changing. But I think the N word, it's funny because the N word is, I believe the C word, the word cunt to a woman is the same as the N word to a black person. And it all depends on the
I
origin
see
and
that.
what the use of the word is. I have no problem with a woman who's angry and she's using that word. I think you have a right to use it, right? If it's directed at another woman. But coming from me and me saying it to somebody, I think it's way more offensive.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you talked earlier about the history of the N word, it's the same thing. It's like I'll be honest. There's a longer history of misogyny than there is
That's right.
racism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's been around since day one. So it's to me it's power and trying to diminish power of women when you use that. The same way the N word is trying to diminish the humanity of black people when used by racists, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's in the same canon of offensive words. And I understand where you say we should claim the word and take it back, but I think you have to be careful because
Who's claiming that word?
is there not a line in the sand where you go, words are powerful and you're diminishing that word. That's why you said if you used it all the time and when your friend said it, you said she uses it rarely when she does it. It's
powerful.
you'd lose that power
Yeah.
if it was just a throwaway word like a bunch of other things.
And that's what's happened to the F word. Like the
Yeah.
F word
Yeah,
was
you just
reserved.
toss it around,
Now it's like a verb, an adjective, a pronoun. It's everything.
And you can
Never
show
used
it
to hear
too
that in my
with
house.
your, with
Right.
your
Now my
hands,
little
right?
brother will say it like
That's
in front of
right.
my parents, and
Right.
nobody bats an eye.
Yeah.
Before I was like, World War II.
Well,
was going down.
politicians use it. Politicians use
Yeah,
it now.
it's
It's
right.
like
Yeah.
before, and we're
That's
not
right.
that old, but
That's right.
if a
We're damn
politician
not old.
ever dropped the F-bomb, their career is over.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
You're absolutely
Like, look at Donald Trump.
Oh,
Think-
God.
when he
Don't
said,
bring him.
when Donald Trump said, grab him by the pussy, if he had said grab him by the cunt, I think he would have been
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between the words. I think if he used the C word in that recording, he would have been done.
So my question is, have you ever called someone a cunt? Explain why.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely not seriously. Anytime that I've said it, there's a guy that I work with. He's an Australian, and obviously they love saying that word.
I
It's
didn't
just
know that.
it's so oh yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
like the F word for us. They say
Yeah.
it all the time. You sick cunt. They. Yeah, so I'll say it to him jokingly.
Yeah, okay, so
I've never said it to somebody like full blooded as an attack. It's always as a joke because.
And how do they use it when they say it?
Well, what, an Australian?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a term of endearment. It's no, actually, there'll be a bunch of guys chilling around or something, one of them I don't know, does a
guy's
flip
a
or something,
sick
be like, oi, that's a sick
Yeah.
cunt
That's a
right
sick
there.
Oh, I like
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so
I
I mean
didn't
that's
know
how I've
They love
whenever
it.
I've used it, it's always been in a jokingly manner and not in a public
in the
setting.
Yeah.
I can count on my hands how many times I've used it. It's always been directed to a woman who has scorned me, for sure.
I agree.
I don't think I've ever used it.
I have never used it directly
No, I
to
have.
someone,
Oh,
but
no,
if I
no.
have, it's explaining someone that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's only a woman
Yeah.
that pissed me off.
Yeah, if it was my best friend and I'm telling her, you can't
Sure.
understand
Yeah, see, I
what she
wouldn't
did to me.
cross
She
that
line.
was
But
a
I wouldn't cross
I
that
don't-
line.
It's
You
like
use
that's
the
the
word?
only way
Me
to
too,
describe
yeah,
it.
me too.
Yeah, I've used the word, but when I use it, it's like road rage when I'm driving my car.
So, like,
And
you
I-
don't actually
Screaming
mean
at
it.
your
The
steering
fucking cunt just cut me off.
But, like, you don't actually mean
but
it,
it's
right?
not. But
no,
it's
just
like
the
it's
energy of it.
it's
Out of
so
anger,
it's an
right?
explosive, ugly word, and when
feels good to say
you're
it, though.
driving the car, it's like
It's a
your little
release.
mini road rage,
Yeah.
My
and
cousin
it's
says
over.
it all the
But
time.
I
Yeah.
just said it on my
He's
way
from
here
Australia.
when I got lost. I'm like, cunt.
Yeah.